One moment, they were on top of the world. The next, they vanished into the clouds, never to return. They were icons, legends, superstars, but the sky doesn't care about fame. Gravity doesn't spare the rich and powerful, and when metal birds fail, even the brightest stars can fall from the heavens. Today, we're diving into the chilling, tragic, and mysterious plane crashes that took the lives of some of the world's biggest celebrities. Some were accidents, some left behind questions that haunt us to this day. Let's get into it. Emiliano Sala was on the brink of fulfilling his lifelong dream. The Argentine striker had just secured a record-breaking transfer to Cardiff City from FC Nantes, ready to take on the English Premier League and prove himself on the world stage. But on January 21st, 2019, everything came to a devastating halt. The small aircraft carrying Sala from France to Wales vanished over the English Channel, sparking a desperate search that gripped the football world. Days later, the wreckage was found deep underwater, confirming the unthinkable. Emiliano Sala was gone at just 28 years old. The plane, a Piper Malibu, was piloted by David Ibbotson, a man who was not properly licensed to fly commercially. As they crossed the English Channel, the aircraft encountered severe weather, with strong winds and icy conditions making the flight treacherous.
Now, these reports are about safety. They're not about apportioning blame, but here are the bare facts on the pilot. He wasn't licensed to fly a commercial flight. He wasn't licensed to fly at night. He wasn't even licensed to fly this particular plane.
Audio messages later revealed Sala's fear. He had sent WhatsApp voice notes to his friends, saying the plane felt like it was falling apart. Moments later, the aircraft lost contact and plunged into the sea. Investigators later determined that both Sala and the pilot were exposed to high levels of carbon monoxide before the crash, likely causing disorientation. Sala's disappearance sent shockwaves through the football community. Fans, teammates, and even rival clubs joined forces in demanding a search effort after authorities initially called it off. Private funding, including contributions from star players like Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe, helped resume the search, leading to the discovery of the wreckage 2 weeks later. The grim reality sank in when Sala's body was recovered, though the pilot's body was never found. The tragedy raised serious questions about flight safety, as it was later revealed that the flight had been arranged under suspicious circumstances using an unqualified pilot. One wild theory is that the pilot parachuted out and left Emiliano alone to die, because his body never being found is a huge red flag, since, not to get too graphic, when a plane implodes underwater, bodies and the wreck become one. Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov were more than just world-class figure skaters. They were icons of grace, strength, and partnership on the ice. As former world champions and beloved coaches, they had dedicated their lives to the sport, inspiring generations of skaters. But on January 29th, 2025, tragedy struck when the couple was among the victims of a devastating mid-air collision over Washington, D.C. The accident, which involved an American Airlines jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter, claimed 64 lives and sent shockwaves through the skating world and beyond. The flight, en route from Washington to Boston, was carrying several members of the figure skating community, including young rising star Spencer Lane. Shishkova and Naumov had boarded the plane to support their students at an upcoming competition. However, just minutes after takeoff, disaster unfolded. The military helicopter mistakenly entered the flight path of the passenger plane, leading to a catastrophic collision. Both aircraft were torn apart in the sky, with wreckage raining down over the city in a horrifying scene that left witnesses in disbelief. Marlia Mendonca was more than just a singer. She was a voice of the people, a queen of sertanejo music, and a powerhouse in Brazilian pop culture. Her ability to tell raw, emotional stories through her lyrics made her beloved by millions. But on November 5th, 2021, at just 26 years old, her rising star was abruptly extinguished when the small air taxi she was aboard crashed in Caratinga, Minas Gerais, Brazil. What was supposed to be a routine flight to a concert turned into a national tragedy, leaving her fans and the entire music industry in shock. The accident claimed the lives of not only Mendonca, but also her uncle and manager, her producer, and 2 crew members. The plane, a Beechcraft King Air C-90, crashed near a waterfall just minutes before landing. Initial reports suggested that the aircraft might have hit power lines before going down.
Marlia Mendonca, one of Brazil's most popular singers, has died in a plane crash at just 26. 4 other passengers on the flight also perished. Their plane crashed between Mendonca's hometown of Goiânia and Caratinga, a small city in Minas Gerais state.
The devastating news spread like wildfire, with fans flooding social media with tributes, disbelief, and sorrow. The loss was felt far beyond Brazil. Latin music lovers worldwide mourned the passing of an artist who had redefined the genre. What made her death even more surreal was that just hours before the crash, Mendonca had posted a video on Instagram, smiling and sharing moments from her trip. It was meant to be an exciting lead-up to her next performance, but instead, it became her final message to the world. That eerie last video still haunts fans, as it serves as a reminder of how quickly life can change. Within moments, a vibrant young woman who had once commanded stadiums with her voice was gone, leaving behind a legacy that would echo for years. The impact of Mendonca's death was immediate and immense. Tributes poured in from celebrities, politicians, and musicians across the globe. In Brazil, a country known for its deep emotional connection to its artists, the mourning was overwhelming. Her funeral was attended by thousands, with many struggling to process the reality of her sudden passing. Radio stations played her music non-stop, and her songs surged in streaming numbers as fans found solace in the lyrics that had once comforted them. Even after her death, Marlia Mendonca's influence remains undeniable. Her music continues to break records, and her story is a tragic yet powerful reminder of the unpredictability of life. Fans still visit her gravesite, leaving flowers, letters, and messages of love. Documentaries and tribute concerts keep her memory alive, ensuring that although she may be gone, her voice will never be silenced. Lara, best known for portraying Tarzan in the 1996 TV series Tarzan: The Epic Adventures, was a Hollywood action star who captivated audiences with his rugged looks and on-screen charisma. Beyond acting, he was also a licensed pilot and an aspiring country music singer. However, on May 29, 2021, his life was tragically cut short when the private jet he was on crashed into Percy Priest Lake near Smyrna, Tennessee. The accident claimed not only his life, but also the lives of his wife, Gwen Shamblin Lara, and 5 other passengers. The aircraft, a Cessna Citation 1 business jet, took off from Smyrna Airport, headed for Palm Beach, Florida. Just minutes after departure, air traffic controllers lost contact with the plane, which soon plummeted into the lake. Witnesses described hearing a loud boom and seeing debris scattered across the water. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but there were no survivors. Investigators later revealed that the crash was likely caused by pilot error, as the aircraft rapidly descended at an alarming rate before impact. What made the crash even more shocking was the involvement of Gwen Shamblin Lara, a controversial religious leader who founded the Remnant Fellowship Church. She and Lara had married in 2018, and their relationship had been the subject of media scrutiny due to her influence over her followers and her extreme weight loss teachings. Many speculated about the church's role in their lives and whether it played any part in their fatal journey. The tragedy sparked a wave of online discussions, conspiracy theories, and documentaries about the couple's unusual legacy. The aftermath of the crash was filled with grief, unanswered questions, and public intrigue. Kobe Bryant wasn't just a basketball player, he was a global icon, a 5-time NBA champion, an Oscar-winning storyteller, and a relentless competitor whose Mamba mentality inspired millions. His legacy was untouchable, his influence immeasurable. But on the morning of January 26, 2020, the world was shattered when news broke that Kobe, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others had died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. It felt impossible. How could someone so invincible, so larger than life, be gone in an instant? The Sikorsky S-76B helicopter, piloted by Ara Zobayan, was en route to a youth basketball tournament at the Mamba Sports Academy. On board were Kobe, Gianna, and several teammates, parents, and a coach. Despite the pilot being highly experienced, the aircraft encountered dense fog, drastically reducing visibility. Investigators later determined that Zobayan became disoriented in the thick clouds, mistakenly thinking he was climbing when, in reality, the helicopter was descending rapidly before crashing into a hillside. The impact killed everyone on board instantly.